I like the structure of the dog. I like the structure of the dog. Like I said, I remember when I first started looking in American Bullies.
Yeah.
I would always research them, and the dog Dak would pop up.
Yeah.
This dog Pretty Boy would pop up.
Right.
And I say, which is in these pedigrees.
Right.
So like when I went to go buy Dutchess, it wowed me away. And like when I was looking, I always would see the standards, the big
right.
the XLs. And I'm like, and I like them dogs. But then I seen the pockets. You just stole my eye.
Man.
Stole my eye, man. You're going to get a true pocket out of that fella right now.
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
get 17 inches at the well. Yeah. He gonna have the block head. He gonna have the low rear, heavy chest, heavy dome. Look at the stacking stance is already like correct. And then like with him, how you say you like standards, you can breed him the pockets or standards.
Yeah,
Pockets
you
or
can.
standards. You go pockets, you're gonna get straight pockets. You go standards, you're gonna get some pockets, and you're gonna get some standards from his breeders.
Okay.
I like that.
Pocket bully out there.
Like,
I got a Brindle pocket bully too.
That's what
yeah, like he might have two different.
Dior.
So like the
Really? Well, I had no idea she was Brindle.
Yeah.
Cause she's like mostly white, right?
Yeah. She has the brindle patches on her.
And it's cool, his fun and everything.
It's like a pop all look. She's got brindle patches on her.
Right. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. Cause her mom was brindle. So.
When you want to go out and look at her, I want to go look at her.
You ready? We can go out there.
Oh yeah, let's go outside.
Let's go. Man, y'all got a good setup.
Man, don't they?
The light was on. The light was on.
You know, I let him come out, but he won't drown.
That's cool.
Oh, we're not worried about that.
What's up, big boy?
Hi.
What's up, big boy?
Hey.
Hello,
Big boy.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at how thick he is.
Baby, like,
Look at him.
Boy, he
Look at how thick he is.
What up, boy?
He is so handsome.
I bought him for my friend.
He's huge.
that's
True
the
gift.
Who is this guy?
That's New York. She's the one I was talking about.
Oh.
She's a 7-1.
So you gonna breed her too?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's a
She's a pocket.
pocket. Okay.
She come from
See,
the
that's
same-
a perfect. That's a
Yeah.
awesome size.
She come from the same background that Duchess come from, which would be a line breed. Where we either gonna find somebody who has the pedigree that corresponds to a Pretty Boy, or corresponds back to Phenom, or just comes straight out of a Dax 4th or 5th generation pedigree.
Oh wow!
Try to run back to dogs that look just like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like you go against the structure that you have, you're gonna receive the structure that you got.
So Major, the Merle that's inside. Is that who that's inside, right? The Major, you agreeing with her? Okay.
It'll be either to her or she'll breed outside. Yeah. And we'll take a puppy from her and bring her back to corn.
Okay. Oh, that makes, see, that's what I was asking him about.
Look at my pool like that. So.
That's what I was asking him.
Yeah.
Well, no, y'all look good in there.
Look at how pretty.
But I told Ashley if that was a girl, I would have wanted that one too. Boy, I would have wanted both of them.
That's what I told you.
Not to breed them, but just to have them.
She'll have another one. You gonna have one. That's just gonna have another one. She gonna have one of them every time. I always think about you an outdoor setup. The only we didn't care about no outdoor setup until we had kids. Like when we had our kids, that's when we got and I just told him we wasn't even here. Yeah. I just kind of got us to this point. Okay. Last week, I'm gonna tear all this wood off the top of this. I'm gonna come across the top. Come all the way across the top of the pen. Okay. With aluminum roof and like that stuff in my building over here. And they already got aluminum roof on their box. Yeah. The door open up. I go in there. I can clean it out whenever I want to. So that's what I was like. People do. I know people. And eventually, what we want to have is an outdoor shelter where they all have indoor.
All of them got their own thing.
Yeah. And people gonna do different things. Right now we trying to find out the light.
Yo, what up, peeps? It's yours truly, Kelvin and Ashley from Devoted Kennels. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm sitting here with my main man, my good friend, my mentor, my big dog, Tank Hawthorne, somebody that I've been looking at for a while, man, when it came to how does this person care about these animals, and just overall just knowledge, man. And I'm really happy to be here. We're picking up our dog Keno. We're picking up Keno today and just seeing, his setup, just hearing more and touching and seeing how these things can become tangible. I'm really happy. So, Tank, I appreciate you, bro.
Oh my God,
man, we're gonna get into these questions, man, and just let people, because over the last what's been like 3-4 months since we really started talking about these dogs, and that you've been giving me, the sauce, you've been giving me the sauce, on all of this, man. So, okay, I got one question I want to start with. What's the name of the first dog you ever had, and what did that dog do for you?
Well, that was probably like late 2007, 2008.
Okay.
When we kind of got into buying them, and then we got 2 dogs named Ace and Ava. Ava, she was just with us when we first moved into this home. But she passed about 3 years ago.
Okay.
But Ava she was one of those feisty type of pit bulls. And I was down in Myrtle Beach, and I was walking her outside one day, and that was when I got introduced to American Bullies. And like I said, Ava was kind of like a little feist type of dog, so like everything she seen, she barked or responded to. So I was out walking one night, and this guy was walking around the corner, and I could see the dogs, but I couldn't see exactly what kind of dog they were. Well, she see him coming around the corner, so when she looks at them, she barks. But when I see them, I'm like, whoa, because they're pretty big dogs. It was American Bullies. That was the first time I had ever seen an American Bully, and I want to say that was about 2011.
Okay.
So like at that time, I didn't know nothing about them. So I'm asking the dog, man, what kind of dog you got? I'm like, for one, why they ain't do nothing?
Right.
Like, my dog in front of the 2 dogs, I was like, man, they personality ain't like that. I was like, they look like pit bulls. He's like, nah, these are XL bullies.
Right.
So from that point on, I run upstairs. I start researching like, what's a bully? What's a bully?
Right.
Because like at the time, all I was used to knowing was about pit bulls. You would see bullies or dogs that people would say, hey, that's a bully in like magazines.
Right.
But I never had seen them in person. Right. So when I got out top, like I say, I started, researching. Then I started coming across the research of a dog named Dak. And Dak was a American Bully that had pretty much kind of started everything. Mostly for a lot of breeders coming through. A guy by the name of Young Guy.
So hold up, before you go into Dak, what about the American Bully that just like stopped you in your tracks? Like, was it because
it's physique? It's physique and his personality. It's just like it looked like a sporty dog. Had a masculine look about itself. Big, gross, bold shoulders. Pretty much just, pretty much kind of like what you see in what you see in the puppies that you may be catching on camera now running around. It just had a full physique, big block head, and like I said, calm demeanor about itself. And action on camera. Okay. But pretty much, man, that was it. That was it right there.
Okay.
The look is what had got me at the time.
So I got another question, bro, because you just led to it. Why is it so important, and why did that take you back when the dog that you had started barking and reacting, and the American Bully didn't necessarily react? Like, why is that so important?
Because of the background, a dog like American Bully get. Like when you first look at American Bully, if you don't know nothing about them, people first think they're a pit bull.
Right.
It's like you will find out the difference in a pit bull and an American Bully. Most certainly, for one, by their physical look,
right?
Also by their attitude.
Okay.
Nothing against pit bulls,
right?
Because like I love them. It was like I say, the first dog. But like once I got into owning an American Bully, that was like where I knew I was gonna stay, because it had the pit bull look, but it had a laid back personality, and it just kind of just grew on me and kind of grew me out of the territory of saying, hey, I want that type of dog.
Right.
This dog.
And it makes sense, man. You know what I'm saying? Because with these bullies now, obviously we're here, and I'll get some B-roll and I'll show this while we're talking. But you got these dogs around your family. You know what I'm saying? Your wife, your kids. So obviously they got an awesome temperament. But again, you were walking your dog, you saw this bully, and you just went down a rabbit hole, like what I like to say. You went down a rabbit hole.
What is this?
So like, what's your favorite class of bully that you found, and like why do you want to stick to that lane specifically?
So I'm kind of like
driving
between two lanes. Like
okay.
so, like I said, my first American Bully ever, I bought it from a friend who runs Bully Kennel called True Good Kennel.
Okay.
At the time, they were breeding standard bullies.
Okay.
And you know, I got to see he had a dog named Skittles, and she was perfect. So I would look at her and I'm like, man, I want a puppy off of that dog. But you know, I bought the dog, and then like I got to getting to know a lot more about the bully dog breed itself. So I'm like, man, like, this is a nice looking dog. But about a year after owning him, you know, he's walking around looking like a monster. I'm like, man, now this is a nice big dog. You know?
For sure.
And at the time, we kind of wanted it in, you know, wanted the dog to stay in our home. But so at the time, I'm like, okay, well, if it was a way to make this dog smaller, I definitely would.
Okay.
So I kind of just, like I said, I had got into the dog world of American Bullies, so I started doing research.
Yeah.
So then I started noticing the class. You had your micros, you had your pockets, you had your standards, you had your classic, and you had your XL.
Okay.
Well, at the time, I owned a standard. Ali was out there in the back. So I started looking at pockets, man, and like pockets is really what kind of drew me onto what I exactly wanted from that dog. Because I was like, you know, I got Ali, got to having him for over about 2 or 3 years before I decided to get him breeding. And when I got into breeding, I was like, well, if I get into breeding, what type of dog do I want to breed? I was like, I want a dog with the masculine look of my dog Ali, for short.
Okay.
And that's where Duchess, the mom of mom who pretty much started Dukes and Duchess Kennels.
Right.
She wasn't produced through my backyard. I got her again from another breeder.
Okay.
I don't know if they currently breed now. Last time we spoke, but I got them from a breeding kennel called Allen's Kennels.
Okay.
And they were breeding pockets at the time. So like, I got Duchess, and then from that point on, I started looking for studs.
I know, and I'm touching here the heat here, you know, and just seeing the consistency that this breeding has brought, you know, just looking at all the pups, man. But you know, while I show something, you know, on camera, you know, what pups do you have available for somebody that's looking to get started, and what can those pups do for somebody that's looking to get started in the dog game?
So currently, right now, we have 2 boys and 2 males available. One is black and white. He's a bolder dog. His legs are slightly a little bit longer than the brothers and sisters.
Okay.
We call him like the oddball of the group, but calling him the oddball of the group of the litter that he's in don't make him not qualifications of what his ancestries show on the pedigree.
Right.
And like when I look at him, I see a lot of old school looking. He's got that block head, real wide base to him. He got strong shoulders, big feet, flat, like I say, low rear. Like I said, he's just a bigger dog, but he's like that. If you're a pet owner, he's like that big, beautiful male dog that your neighbor look at all the time. You're like, man, like you have a nice looking dog. You a breeder, he's going to kind of be the dog that may start what you got going on. Okay. Because a lot of breeders are out here looking for particular things. Like you got like I like, for example, Duchess breed. You know, we looked at if the dog was a tri-carrier. Well, of course the dog was a tri-carrier because the dog was a Merle tri. Right. But my wife wanted to breed, she wanted a Merle. So instead of purchasing a Merle, we bred a Merle. Okay. But these 2 dogs that we have left are not Merles. Okay. They're black and white, and the other one is a blue tri. Okay. Which complements both parents' pedigrees. And it lets you know that if you were to buy the dog for your particular, for your program, that you're going to have that same type of ability given from that dog. Where you're gonna get some tries, where you're gonna get either a black and white dog, but you're gonna get the structure regardless because they carry the structure. The blue dog, he's more of what I call the mom and dad lookalike, where he has the body stance and the build of the mom and dad. They look just like them, but he is showing a look of other dogs that's in the pedigree. Like you say, you have a dog named Phenom on the pedigree. You have Pretty Boy on the pedigree. Those are tries. There's other dogs in the pedigree who are tri dogs too, but I know the bully world know those dog names. no matter where you at, if you say them, they know them. And that's where you kind of get that try from. And like I always tell people, being young into the game and studying, this is my second litter. Dutch's first breeding, we bred straight to a fun dog. The fun dog had 2 times Pretty Boy. It was the 2nd and 3rd generation. Okay. Wow. Duchess had 4-time Pretty Boy. It was like her 4th generation. So when I did looked at all the information I needed to look at, I knew that half of my litter was gonna be tried.
You can tell that, but just by looking at, but doing the research though,
doing the research. So it's the same way. Like so, these dogs, they carry the traits. Okay. All you have to do is, if you're going to purchase it for your kennel, look for what the pedigree says it has. Just because the dog is black and white don't mean that it's not going to give you what the pedigree says.
Because Duchess is, she's solid black?
She's solid black.
Yeah, and spit out Merle, blue. Oh man.
White,
Blout, right. And if somebody don't know that, they're just gonna I'm gonna get that.
And that's what I want people to understand, man. Like I said, I got these 2 dogs available. But like if I show you my entire litter, which you will get a chance to see on the video, they're all different colored dogs. So that's where I'm saying, like, being a young breeder, you can go on all your social media websites. You can, you can search the internet where dogs are posted, and you're going to see the hype. Right. Don't always follow the hype. Like me and my wife always talk about. Like we don't follow the hype. We follow the pedigree. We follow the pedigree and we follow the book. Like the structural book. The book says this is what the dog's supposed to look like, and we look at the dog, and the dog don't look like that. We're probably gonna look for what the book says. And it's nothing against what nobody else is doing. But you want to go by the book. It's just by the book. And like I say, the 2 pups available, they're by the book dogs. So like if you buy them, you got a chance to use the dog to start the breeding program. Or if you buy them, you have a chance to have a complete structural dog from what the American Bully Kennel Club say that the dog's supposed to look like.
Man, and bro, basically what I just get from that is, like you said, everybody can have these big names, they can have all these followers, but when it comes to the inner working of that dog and what that dog can do for you, it needs to have some proof about it. You know what I'm saying? It needs to have some proof about it, about, hey, 4-5 generations back, this is what, this is what's a staple for this. And like you said, bro, to not go with the hype, but go with the pedigree. And these dogs that you got, they solid, man. Like, they structure is solid, they bone is solid, they parents, the genealogy is solid. They color is a plus, the phenotypes that they have, because they really are good coated dogs. They good. They got good temperament. But like you said, bro, just to not go with the hype and lean into the pedigree. And that's one thing you taught me, man, is just like looking back. And because I would have never known to go even look to even the grandparents, you know what I'm saying? But because of what you taught me, it's just like, nah, bro, I gotta go back generations back.
Because you gotta look at what you want to do. Like that's one thing that I've learned about, just getting around the American Bully dog business. Like, if you use the game, I call it the business, because at the end of the day, we're talking.
Come on, say it again.
We're talking about dogs,
right?
So it's like, people gonna run their business way different.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And what the dog world associate the breed too. Like some people gonna do things that they enjoy doing because this breed has a wide variety of things going on within it. Okay. So it's just like one of those things, man. It's like I explained it to. I think I explained it to you one time in a conversation we had. It's just like being a skilled guy at a sport like football, right? Where you got most of the skilled guys can play quarterback, receiver, linebacker, running back, tight end, safety, cornerback. Whereas like when you walk out there, and this is an open tryout, and it's like the bully game. When you get in, it's open, bro. You can do whatever you want to do. You can stud, you can breed just females and go to other people for studs. You can start your own program through what you got going on through your own backyard. You can team up with your buddies and do whatever your buddies want to do. You can have a buddy doing pockets. You can be doing standard. You can do other. Somebody can be doing a little bit of everything. Right. So it's like whatever you want, go for it. It's just like for example, me. I ain't a one-man show. My wife, she's involved. to kind of find out and see kind of like how we do our thing, you go on Instagram on Dukes and Duchess Kennels. That's our Instagram page. For one-on-one communication, you can communicate there and send a message there. Either me or my wife will respond. If you can't get in contact with us there, Katie Hawthorne is my wife's name. Tank Hawthorne is my name. That's on Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
So, and then from that point on, the conversation will lead to phone numbers.
Right.
But like I said, man, it's like, you know, I'm not a pro at understanding all the detail. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm a pro at what I'm trying to do.
But you got an eye for it too.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was like.
That's one thing I heard like just this week. Like, it's important to have an eye for a dog. Like, I can't really put it into words, but Never Enough's the baby, which is Yeti's dad. I like his face.
Yeah.
And I know he's more bulldog.
That's like that black and white dog out there. He show his look, but he's just not a dog.
I like that, you know what I'm saying? And I like their snout, you know, but I just like how his face, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how to call it, but you have an eye for the dog and the vision that you want. And I think that's more important than, because bro, people can be in the game 15 years and not really know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But somebody like you come in a couple years and did the research that goes by the book, that understands what to look for, and not just, hey, this ain't just somebody that's got $1 million on Instagram on buying the dog from. This is somebody with 500 followers that
doing it the right way.
But doing it the right way.
Yeah, that's me. Like, we might go somewhere and I could say the American Bully business or world or game, however we want to call it, it's so broad, man. It could be 10 conversations going on, and like 5 of the conversations can be about the dog with the biggest height, or like another conversation that I may have maybe with a guy that I just stopped by, don't know nothing about him, ain't never heard about him, but he have one of the underrated dogs in here, but the structure is just right on point. I might stand there and talk to him and get his information before I get with everybody else who has the bigger name. Nothing, like I say, nothing against the bigger name. It's just I may see something that I like, and like I don't overlook good quality. Like what I'm looking for. Like you can't overlook good quality when it comes to these dogs, you know. And that's one of the things I try to make sure I'm looking for is the quality of the dog. Like that's just me.
But you know, as we wrap up, man, that was one of the biggest reasons that I decided to shop with you, because again, one of the first things I seen when you got Ali, I seen how he was treated. I seen Duchess running around, seen her temperament, seen how she was moving. And I was like, okay, I know Tank take care of his dogs. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it wasn't about their name, it wasn't about all of that. It was about who takes care of their dog and who's gonna give me the type of dog I need to bring into my home, man. So
like I say, the dog itself is gonna do what it's supposed to do if it's bred properly. Like I say, every dog that I have out there, that's an adult dog right now, outside of the puppies that's off the litter that we're keeping to do what we're doing here, come from 3 different kennels. But like they all have the same traits when it comes to what the American Bully world says that it's supposed to have. And like I say, my standard looks like a standard. My pockets look like pockets, but like they all have like that laid back personality. They have good energy. They playful. They good with kids. They protective to their owner. They gentle. They listen well.
They do. They do.
They don't shed. Like it's just like it's everything about them is just it's just been what it's supposed to be. And like I said, like you know, just like if you get in there early, just make sure you get in what you want to get in. And like it's about what it's supposed to be about, and not what somebody tell you it's about. Because like I said, you can get sold a good dream when it comes to these dogs, because they all look good for the most part. But like, you just know that you need to be looking for what you know the book says and what the quality of what that classified to be. Man, I thoroughly, you know what I'm saying, appreciate it. And we're gonna talk more. And I highly doubt this is the last time that y'all gonna hear from Tank. Because I'm growing, man. So my face gonna be around. Come on now, it's gonna be around, and I'm gonna make sure I grab a hold to his hip pocket and stay close to him, because just like you said, a lot of people get started in this game going off of like the color, or this person posted this dog so many times. This dog is famous, but
dog may not have good bones, dog may not be the healthiest dog, you know, dog may not be the best around family and kids. And one thing I can say just by being here and touching these dogs, man, I'm definitely, I don't think I could have got a better start in the dog game if I hadn't came to Duke and Duchess Kennel, because of what, not only just the color, you know what I'm saying, and I'm being 100, not only just the color of what Keno is, but because of how these dogs are raised. Somebody told me, like, man, and it may have been you, but your dog is a representation of you, how you live, and you know, like that's gonna be your dog. But going out here looking at, you know, the setup that you got, seeing how they are in here, everything's clean, is maintained. You know, dogs are dogs, so it's gonna be messy. You gotta clean up. But at the same time, these dogs are raised properly, and I have no fear whatsoever taking these dogs around my family. So, but just. You didn't just give me a dog, bro. You gave me knowledge. You gave me a blueprint, and you gave me a foundation to be like, okay, bro, work from this, bro. You don't never hear from me again.
They go to brick.
Work.
Start building your.
Here go to brick. Start building your house, because I may build my house a little different. I may build a 4-bedroom. I may want a 3-bedroom.
That's
but
what
you
I'm saying.
gave
Like,
me the
you
bricks.
may take something from what I done and do something way different than what I'm doing with what I got. And like that's what I respect. Like, I respect the fact that, like, that's what this, like, breeding dogs allow you to do. Just like I say, just make sure you just keep doing it the way that's been laid out for us to do. Because it's like, these are dogs what we're talking about. So we want to make sure that they're healthy. You want to make sure that we, you know, giving out the structure that they're supposed to get, and not just trying to do something just to be doing.
For sure.
And that's like I said, that's what Dukes and Duchess is trying to stand for, making sure we produce American bullies that has the quality of what that show dog, or what that program dog for your breeding program is supposed to look like.
Man.
For family.
Yeah. For a family too.
And for a family, more for more family. And because that's what it, like I said, we are a family kennel. Like, you know, it's me, my wife, and my 2 little boys. And like I said, my 2 little boys is a 3-year-old and 1-year-old. So like, you know, the work can get hard because of it's just us. But at the same time, like, we want the dogs to be raised through family, and we want it to be about family. Because like, our family, we love dogs. Yeah. Man.
So y'all heard it here. Duke and Duchess Kennels is the thing that if you get into a dog game, if you're not into a dog game, if you just want a pet, but you want a solid dog that you can feel good placing around your family, having for you, working dog, and these dogs are athletic, they can move, they can run. You heard what he said earlier, they don't get tired. Then this is the place that you need to come to, man. So I thoroughly appreciate you, Duke and Duchess Kennels. Make sure that y'all go and follow them on Instagram. And then from there, like I said, they have 2 pups that's available right now that you can, you know, message them about. The pups are out of this world. So once you see them, if you're looking for a dog, you're going to want them right then. So I would definitely say go ahead and reach out now before somebody else beats you to it.
Hey, and I'm going to say it like this. If you know what you're looking at, you know what the price is.
I can't say it no better.
If you know what you're looking at, you know what the price is.
The price is the price.
So this is Kelvin DeVoe from Devoted Kennels sitting here with Tank from Duke and Duchess. And you know, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Like I said, this won't be the last time that y'all hear from Tank. We're gonna make sure we get back on here and go into further depth about some of the things to look for, some of the things that you may want to stay away from when it comes to this dog business, not the dog game, the dog business, because it is a business.
I'm just gonna say this is like, we're at year 4, and like this between 2022 and 2023, over the last 7 months, we have 2 litters touch the ground. And like, you hear what I just said, we've been in 4 years. Meaning, like, we tried things that we thought was us that wasn't us. You know, we tried things that we were, you know, introduced to by other breeders or other people that, you know, have, you know, been a part of the builder community, and it wasn't us. So it's like, some things are gonna take time. This is one of those businesses where it takes time. Like, he just came and got a shot of, like, currently where we at. We're trying to grow our kennel space outside, but 2 years ago we wasn't there. So it's just like, you have to, like, allow this thing to develop. But like I said, follow the blueprint that's already been laid for you. And like I said, you can get your blueprint, you follow that blueprint, and you get the brick from that blueprint and start building your own foundation, because like, that's what this game allows you to be able to do. So like I said, go for it, strive for it. Like I say, put good dogs out there for other breeding programs and put them out there for pet owners to make sure they're getting exactly what our bully community expect them to be getting. And let's go from there.
I can't wrap it up no better than that. Y'all heard it, man. So that's it. Straight from the man himself. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll be coming to y'all again soon with some more sauce.
On sauce, man.
Man.